morning, lovely peeps. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the sewing room. I've had a really weird week. As you will have noticed, there were no waffles. I talked about it in the hangout on Saturday. I did a Saturday hangout where I was just like saying that, you know, like I was waffling, but I was just boring myself. I was doing things that were going to be for specific videos. The super secret squirrel dress that I can't show you yet. Then I need to work out the angle that I'm going to do for the border print jumpsuit because it's finished. But the way that I'd started filming that video, so there was loads of stuff that I was doing, but none of it that I could show you. So I was just sitting down and waffling at camera, and yeah, I was boring myself, so I decided to take a week off from the daily waffles. But I am starting up again today, just about. Wow, the answer machine takes a long time to kick in. Can't remember what I was saying now. So yes, we did I can't remember what I was saying, but the phone just rang, so I'm going to continue waffling at you and hopefully there's some continuity. So we did a live hangout yesterday when I was organising my coat fabrics and the projects that I want to do with them, because I have like scraps up there and random ideas of things that I want to do, but I wasn't 100% sure for quite a lot of them. It was really fun to spend 3.5 hours with the peeps, sitting down and, well, in my case standing up and kind of going through what I was thinking, the patterns that I've got, and getting your guys' opinions on matching up linings and things like that. So I had a really fun time yesterday. Today I am going to be going through my battery died. Today I'm going to be going through my shorter lengths of fabric and taking those out and destashing, because there's a bunch of stuff in there that I know I'm not gonna use. I just know I'm not going to use. And also when last Sunday when I was looking for the pansy print fabric, I couldn't find it, so it would be nice to kind of like refresh my memory for where everything is, reorganize, have a look through it again. Last time I did this was in Idle Rocks, so quite a while ago. Yeah, I think it just would be a good idea to kind of go through, refresh my memory, reorganize and destash, because there's some stuff in there that I'm hanging on to for no good reason. So yeah, that's the plan, and I need to get the stream set up because it's supposed to be starting in 9 minutes. I will see you afterwards, if I remember to film afterwards.
3 hours later.
I've had a lovely morning, afternoon with the peeps. We've reorganised all of the top lengths of fabric, and I've got all my cottons here, silks there, and then all the rayons or shifty fabrics in those ones, and back in colour order. And I now remember what I've got of each of them, which is nice. And I have got a little pile of stuff to be destashed. I've put some in the bag making section. I've got some presents for some people. Yeah, it feels quite nice to get all of that done. So I am going to call it a day for today. I'm going to go and curl up Richie, watch some TV, eat some food, and have Sunday afternoon off. And then tomorrow I'm back down here to start work on my dressmaker's ball dress, because I have 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 days to get it done. Is that right? 9 days to get it done. We leave on the 28th of September. So yeah, 9 days to get the dress done, which is more than enough. It's going to be more than enough. I know I'm going to get it done. It'll be fine. But I know people are worrying about it, so I'm going to get the pattern tweaked, get the skirt drafted, get it all cut out and start getting it sewn up. The bit that's going to take me the longest is getting the crystals sewn on. I've had a look through my crystal stash as well. I put them away, which was really silly, but if I do need to add anything to my dress, I do have an entire stash of crystals that have the correct AB colour shift that are going to go really well. So if I want to kind of like add any little embellishments up the shoulders or around the waist just to kind of tie things in, then I do have some spare beads and crystals to do that with. It's already going to be a mammoth task just getting these sewn on, so it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. I am looking forward to it. Like I say, the dress itself is really simple, so that's going to be a really quick make. It's just going to be the sewing on of the crystals and the appliques and getting everything placed correctly that's going to take the time. So getting started on that, getting it done, and also letting it do its biasy thing. I'm going to interline it with a viscose twill I've got, so it's kind of like a sturdy, heavier weight viscose fabric, so it's still going to have lots of lovely movement, especially for the skirt, but it's going to have enough structure for me to sew the crystals onto, because that's something that lots of people are worrying about. So that is definitely going to drop on the bias because it's going to be a full circle skirt, but I don't know if the polyester outer layer is going to drop on the bias or not, so we'll have to see. And we'll have to see how hideous that fabric is to work with. Yeah, I do have in my stash in the bias binding drawer over there, I do have some gold lame bias binding, which I think I'm going to use rather than try and make my own bias binding from this fabric, because I have a feeling it's just not going to press the way that I would want it to press. So yeah. But yes, that is it for today. I feel very accomplished. 2 hours, got everything sorted. It's all looking very neat and tidy back there, which makes me very, very happy. I have my pile, or my cubby hole of projects over here. I think as well I will, by the end of this year, have emptied out maybe 4 of these cubby holes, because I have thinned out things and there's lots of room in some of these cubby holes, but I don't want to stuff everything into one cubby hole just to have one empty if it means like mixing up fabric bases and things like that. So yeah, judging from the empty spaces, I think I will have emptied out 4 cubby holes by the end of this year, and the goal was 5, so kind of getting there. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling at you, so I will see you all tomorrow for some more waffle. I shall see you then. Bye! Hey peeps, happy Monday, welcome back to the sewing room. I am going to get started on my dressmaker's ball dress today. I have tried on one of my old Grace dresses, because my new Grace dresses, I made 3 last year and they're all way too big for me. So I tried this old one on. It's tight, but it does do up, and it's not uncomfortably tight. I wouldn't want to eat a large meal in it, but I can definitely wear it, and I'm not worried about splitting the zip or splitting the seams, for example. So that kind of tells me that I ought to use that pattern, but maybe add a little bit of extra seam allowance on at the centre back so that I can tweak the fit of the zip just a little bit, because there's going to be 1, 2, 3 layers, because they're going to be the interlining, the outer fabric, and then the lining fabric as well. So I'm going to have a play around with the pattern, but not having to adjust the bodice pattern loads is great. I will need to draft a circle skirt for it, so I'm going to get that done today as well, and hopefully get the fabric cut out. That is the plan. Yeah, let's get on and get that done.
Later.
Okay, skirt has been drafted for the dressmaker's ball dress. That is such a mouthful. It's ended up being a 6-panel circle skirt and 44 inches long. I think it's going to look awesome in this fabric, and I'm going to cut out the basic circle skirt, and then hopefully if I have any extra fabric I'll cut out a couple of more panels, and then I'll just gather those up into the waistband, because the outer fabric's really fine, so I don't think it's going to add bulk at the waistband, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Anyway, I have a couple of people to say thank you to, sort of semi-prepared. The very lovely Katerina Nock has bought me some coffees, so thank you very much, Katerina, very much appreciated. The lovely George Hewitt has joined the Patreon peeps, so thank you George and welcome. And last but not least, the very lovely Janice Spurlock has bought me some coffees, so thank you very much Janice, very much appreciated. Okay, so the next step for today is to iron all of the lining fabric and get that cut out. Then I can move on to cutting out the actual outer fabric for the dress. I'm kind of both looking forward and not looking forward to it, because I have a feeling it's going to be a horrible nightmare of a fabric to deal with, but we shall see. Let's cross that bridge when I come to it. So, bunch of ironing for me next.
A few moments later.
Okay, I have the skirt front panel cut out of the lining. I have the bodice straps, side panels and back cut out of the lining, because I had a just over a metre long piece of that left. I need to iron a bunch more, and I am not going to do it today because I am tired. I've been to the chiropractor for the 2nd time this morning. It's starting to catch up with me. It's been a really interesting experience. I went for the first time last Monday, and I ended up with the pain moving from here up, but then I ended up with one of the worst headaches I've ever had in my life. But it was really nice not to be in pain here. Today everything's just a bit milder. It's nothing's like completely changed, but it's just, yeah, it's just all a little bit milder, which is nice. He's given me some exercises to do at home, and I've got to go back and see him in a couple of weeks time, and yeah, we'll see how we go with that. My pain clinic appointment has been moved from what was supposed to be today to the 31st of October. I am really just waiting for acupuncture appointments from them. I really don't want to take the drugs that they're recommending to me. I've tried them before and they didn't do anything, and I don't want to be on medication for the rest of my life. For as long as I can avoid it, then I want to not be on medication for the rest of my life. And because they can't fix this, it kind of feels like if I do start a regimen of medication, then that is going to be part of my daily life going forward forever. So I'm trying to do all the things non-medication wise first that I can do to see if I can get some pain relief that way. So yeah, chiropractor has been an interesting experience. I'm not pain free, but it's been moving around, so you know, maybe that's something. But anyway, I am going to stop waffling at you. I don't know how much I've waffled at you for the last couple of days, probably not very much, and yeah, there wasn't any daily waffles last week, so kind of just catching up with all the bits and pieces that I have wanted to tell you. So I hope you've enjoyed the little bits and pieces that I've been waffling about, and I will see you all tomorrow for more waffle and more dressmaker's ball dress cutting out. Fun times. So I shall see you all then. Bye.